All right. Everybody knows what day it is. We are live. It's hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. We took down, what was that? Earlier, I think it was like Wednesday. We took down 2K on a fatty McFatterson short on Bitcoin. Last night, I took down another grand. I'm going to give you just a small walkthrough to a certain extent, right? I'm going to give you a small walkthrough on the trade that I just took last night. I literally, this is my couch. This is my couch, right? I took this trade at, I don't know, 5, 6 p.m., something like that. Posted $1,000 profit, right? I can show it to you. And this is all I did. This is it. Literally. This is me last night trading and making $1,000. This is all I did. I wasn't on my computer. I wasn't looking at indicators. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. I was just over here. On my phone, man. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful night. It's been a beautiful week inside of Nordic Alpha. If you are inside of Nordic Alpha, dude, give me a howl or something, dude. We're taking gains. The gains train cannot be stopped inside of Nordic Alpha. If you watch the week, sorry, I was shaking the table. I'm excited, man. If you watch the weekly Golden Nugget, we're taking gains inside of that too, and that's free. That's for the free 99, baby. Also, what else do I do for free? Oh, the streams. The streams gave out that trade that I took 2K down. We literally took a $1,000 trade and took a $2,000 profit, and I can show it to you. I'll show it to you, even though I've already showed it to people in the previous streams. I believe it was yesterday, maybe the day before that. That's what we've done this week. We took massive gains on gold. Massive gains on gold, right? Just absolutely astronomically good week inside of Nordic Alpha. And if you want to get into that private VIP trading room, just click the link in the description. It's right there. It's there for anybody and everybody. $29 a month, $1 a day. I will show you a success story where somebody literally just posted like a screenshot or whatever, like a P&L shot, where they paid for like their next 5-6 months of subscriptions in literally one day, just off of 2 little trades and just asking us a couple of questions. It was wild, man. It was wild. It was actually pretty friggin' cool, to be honest with you. So I don't know why. I might stop streaming on my secondary YouTube channel because for whatever reason, this thing is not pushing my streams out anymore to Twitter or to my main YouTube. I don't know what the heck's going on. If you're not getting the notifications, I'm sorry. I wish I could help, but sometimes YouTube shows me love, sometimes he doesn't. Paul, grazie. Grazie to you, Paul, for showing up. If you speak Italian at all, obviously that's not how you spell grazie, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So get your Starbies, get your your cigars. Obviously, Maduros, don't smoke Connecticut's, man. Just smoke Maduros like a real man. And then get your Starbies and your pumpkin spice latte, because that doesn't determine who you are as a person. Just because you like pumpkin spice lattes doesn't mean you can't hit people with the right? Bang. Look at these bad boys. Who wants to make fun of me for my PSLs now? Anybody? Probably not. Funny thing, my wife bought these for me. My wife bought these for me. Look at these friggin' nunchucks, dude. Absolutely lethal. Abso-friggin-lutely lethal. Try to take that around. Right? You don't want that. I promise you. And if that's not enough for you and you still think you want to make fun of me for pumpkin spice latte, that's fine. We also have the samurai sword, L6 Binite Steel. That was not a gift from my wife. I have a really cool wife. She buys me like weapons and like ST DuPont cigar or lighters and stuff like that. So if you don't have one of those, get you a wife like that. But she did not buy me this. This was actually one of my first purchases whenever I met her. So that kind of set the precedent for who in the actual F am I marrying for her, right? So she knew what time it was. No, you said it right. In Italian. Yeah, baby. I love Bruce. Yeah, baby, you already know what time it is. All right, so let's just get into the charts, man. No time to waste. No time to waste. Bang. Okay, so first and foremost, this is the trade that I was talking about right here, right up here. $1,000. Took this last night. Entry price 109.8, exit price 110.762. All I did, I was literally, like I said, I was sitting on my couch, smoking a cigar, enjoying my night. The family was asleep, and I'm out here getting bread, making gains, baby. And we're not talking sourdough bread either. We're talking like good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this is good bread that we're making. Now, I want to talk about what's happening on Bitcoin, okay? And I want to take, so as it sits right now, we're pretty far away from the VWAP on this, to be honest with you. We're pretty far away from VWAP. VWAP's at like 110.8. We're at like 110.4. We had a massive deviation away from VWAP. And whenever you see a massive deviation away from VWAP, which is this white line, volume weighted average price, you usually see it snap back, snap back, snap back, snap back, right? Big deviation, snap back. Got under it, deviation, snap back, deviation, snap back, deviation, snap back. Do I need to say more, right? Do I need to say more? So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's see what happens here, man. I mean, I think that personally, I think that we're in a bullish formation on Bitcoin. There is one thing that I want people to be worried about. Not worried. Okay. I'll say this with a grain of salt. Don't necessarily be worried about it per se, but be aware of this. Okay, there is definitely a potential head and shoulders forming. I'm not saying it's going to, and I apologize. I have my phone here and I am kind of like live. We're doing some live back testing on in real time. I'll show you the chart actually. Yeah, I know. Looks crazy, right? Looks absolutely insane, this chart, right? But oh, look at that. We got a support resistance flip. We got to turn that green. So I'm literally in a trade right now doing some live in real time back testing of a certain strategy that we're kind of like testing out right now. I'll let people know if this strategy works well, and we'll take it from there. This actually, minus all of these trend lines, because I'm going to give you a trade recap on that $1,000 that I made last night sitting on my couch smoking a Liga friggin' Privada like an animal. I'm going to give you a live trade recap of that just from a high level, and minus these trend lines basically is another portion of that strategy that we're kind of like back testing in real time with real money, because I don't care what anybody says, dude, seriously. And like, if you're paying attention to gurus that do this, run the other frigging way. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God, right? But I promise there is a method to that madness. I could explain it to you in 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. I can explain it to you in 30 seconds, okay? So basically, this is the high that we need to crack, right? That's what this line is. This is a triple top, as you can see, triple top, even quadruple top right here. So we need to crack that one first. This red line, boom, is a big resistance line that used to be support resistance flip. Then we drew that. It used to be a support right there, right? That was your secondary support. Back tested it as resistance, back tested it as resistance, back tested it as resistance. That is now a resistance line. This little white box right down here is literally just an order block. And this white box right here is a demand zone, a prior demand zone. As you can see, this is a support line if you are above it, from the high to the high to the high to the high. And then we got above it just now, which is why I turned it green. This is also a support line from this swing low to this swing low. And obviously you got above it, back tested it, boom, right? Same thing here, support, support. And then this is ultimate support, 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 right? So this is just, that's just the literal 45-second explanation of it, man. Does that seem so bad now, Paul? Now that you know what's going on, right? Doesn't seem so bad now, right? And then you just got your VWAP and your moving averages on there. Just for reference points, I like the moving averages. Okay, so anyways, back to my main point. If you are listening to friggin' fake gurus, right, that are like, oh, let's go back and I'll show you what happened in the charts and I'll prove my strategy to you in a back testing, blah, 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 blah. Bro, run the other friggin' way, okay? And the reason I say that, I'm not trying to say that because like I'm saying I'm better at trading than them. I'm also not trying to say that what they're doing is wrong. I'm saying I don't agree with it because I literally trade live. I literally give out trades live every single week for free every Wednesday on the Golden Nugget. And secondarily, inside of Nordic Alpha, I give away trades every single day, and I'll show you. Let me get the Discord really quick. I'll show you my guy that I was just talking about, right? This dude right here. Dude's a legend. Thanks, JP Trades, which is my other trader. He's actually coming over here right now to smoke those two Liga Privadas that are on the table. And he said, hey, I entered a scalp based on John's biddy could be leaving the station swing trade. I missed the swing entry, but was able to enter on a small overnight scalp. It's a small profit, 67 bucks. That's enough to pay for his 2 months inside of Nordic Alpha right there in one trade. Then he took my nice little gold trade, and he's already made over $100 off of that gold trade, this gold trade right now that I gave out literally last, I think it was Wednesday, right? And bing, bang, boom, absolutely killing it. Dude is an absolute animal. And people are in there not only making money, but also paying for, like the membership pays for itself is my point. And if you're not in there for $29 a month, I have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Okay, so we broke this. This is a red line now. Let's see if we uphold this. Let's see if we uphold this in the 200 moving average. Ah, it's getting crazy. We'll see. We'll see. In any case, I'm not worried about it. Like, you know, if we take $100 loss on this, who cares, right? We just made a grand last night, as evidenced by this, right? It's all good, man. And we're just trying to refine our strategies, our entries and exits, and like exactly what it is that we want to do inside of the markets. That way we can actually make money, okay? Which is what we do. That's exactly what we do, right? We make a lot of money inside of these markets. Okay, so here's the thing. If this head and shoulders comes back down here, test this neckline at $107,500, dude, like you're probably coming down to about 102.5, okay? You're probably going to smack this swing low, which was at 103.5. And to be honest with you, I know this isn't the best chart, Coinbase, but since I'm doing all this crazy ridiculousness on this chart, I can't really show, can't really show you. I got to keep this chart up like this, unfortunately. But yeah. So if we come down here, right, this is where you can start shorting down to about 102.5, maybe even 101.5, potentially to $100,000. Okay, 100,000, wow, baby. So secondarily, as you can see, we gave out this gold trade. We said, hey, look, we get up above this trend line right here, which was a parallel, and we basically back test it, which we did exactly. Like, let me hide this. Which we confirmed above it. We back tested it. We bounced, bang. Could have taken your profits up here. We came down and we literally front ran it again. You had 2 different chances to get in on this. If you didn't get in, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. But, you know, we do give these trades out live every single day inside of the private VIP trading room. Right now. There's my crypto. There's my metals TA. There's my equities TA. Everybody knows what time it is. We're not over here messing around. We want everybody to make money. That's the whole point of being in this community, is that you make money, man. Look, see how that trend line held up? That's awesome, man. This is the stuff that we want to see, and we want to see this in a live environment. I don't like doing back testing. I mean, back test, don't get me wrong, back test, but I like to see things happening in a live environment. That way I know exactly how I'm going to react, okay? I need to know how I am going to react when it's game time, there's money on the line, and it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't just come back here and be like, oh yeah, I definitely, you know, I definitely would have longed right here on this wick. No, you wouldn't have. You don't know that. So that's my rant for the day. Okay, so now, whoops, I just deleted my head and shoulders. I'm getting excited, getting ahead of myself. Okay, so let's do the trade recap really quick, okay? And for that, we do have to go back to this chart, okay? All right. And if you ain't here for the Gary Cardone impressions, man, I don't know what you're doing here, bro. That Bitcoin, brother, you gotta buy. You gotta buy that Bitcoin, brother. Bitcoin. So anyways, let's do the trade recap. I'm going to take all this stuff off just really quickly. We don't have to take all of this off, actually. We can leave these things. Okay, so this is my trade from last night. okay, that made me $1,000. Okay, so it's very simple. It looks like there's a lot of stuff on here. I promise none of this stuff was on my chart. Okay, none of this stuff was on my chart. This is a very simple model. It's called AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution back into the known zone, and then let it run, right? So what did I do? I spotted the accumulation, I spotted the distribution, I spotted the manipulation, and then I spotted the distribution. And what else did I spot? You guessed it, an upward trend line, okay? An upward trend line. Whoops, I'm moving stuff. An upward trend line. Bang, bang, bang. Immediate rejection, right? And then if you copy and you paste this trend line down here, you also have a nice little frigging parallel that you can draw, right, right? And as you can see, you have a nice parallel moving up. So let me go ahead and get that thingy off of here. We want to get this off of here. And this is your trend line, right? So then what did I identify, right? After I found my accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and a rejection at an order block, right? At a massive order block over here, right? A massive demand zone. I could zoom out and show it to you, right? And you got denied up there too. At the bottom end of this, we got denied, right? So we came right back down. I said, okay, where could we be potentially coming? Probably right back down here to test this bottom trend line, right? Secondarily, what I also saw was this, okay? So let's take this off, take this off, take this off, okay? Now that you know how I identified the trade through the parallel and through whatever, right? We're going to leave this trend line on here, okay? And we'll actually take VWAP and all this stuff off. That way you can see it very clearly, okay? So we saw this happening and we said, look, we're bottoming out here. We had a double tap here, right? So what did we do? Well, it's very simple. And I'm going to turn all this stuff on now. Accumulation, distribution, manipulation. We can turn that off. What we did on that double tap of the trend line, we did our starter position. We said, okay, market structure is going down, right? That's fine. We bottomed here. We got a bottom that was higher than the previous bottom, right? And guess what else, right? Bang, right there, okay? My bad, I didn't mean to double click that. So we come down here, we bottom, I make my starter position right here, okay? Then we get outside of the channel, we back test it, we confirm, we move up, right? Then we take out that previous high, right? Which, you know, whatever. We come down here, okay? And we say, okay, we've taken out this previous high. This is a break of structure. We're gonna enter on the back test of this prior accumulation zone. Boom, we did that, right? Then another break of structure, bullish to the upside. Bang, another break of structure, bullish to the upside. And we added again at the highs of that first break of structure that got us out of that downward trend, right? So we added right there, okay? Pretty simple stuff. Then we came up, we swing failed this. We didn't technically swing failed it. We just failed to get this high right here. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'm going to take profit here to cover my fees. And then I'm going to move my stop loss under this level. Boom. So we come up, we take out the prior swing high, we add on a break of structure and the retest of this level right here, this kind of like right here. Show you. This right here, right? This is the level that you would add at and bang, okay? So that's what we did. We added, then we took profit up here, right here, whenever we were kind of just capitulating to take care of the fees that from the ad that we just did. Boom, right? And then bang, we literally took profit right here, right? Once we got up here because we're like, okay, are we topping out? And then we let the rest ride, okay? So then we come up here, we set a new high, and I said, okay, well, this is about 1 a.m. my time, right? We come down here, this is our low. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna move my stop loss under these lows, and if I get stopped out, it is what it is, and then boom, I got stopped out right here. Now, this is where my stop could have been, and my full take profit was at 112, okay? If I wasn't going to sleep, I could have just put my stop here, which is this previous low after this high, right? After we put in this high for the break of structure, and then where my full take profit would have been, I would have made, I think like $1,500 or something like that instead of making, you know, $1,000 bucks. But, you know, who cares, man? Like, It's about being profitable, man. That's all that matters. So that's kind of just like a quick recap of what that looked like, right? Like, how did I do that? Okay. And I know it sounds more, I guess, complicated and complex than it actually is. Okay. So that's one thing I just want people to know. It sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. Okay. So let's switch this back to green, right? And as you can see, dude, I should have added to my position right there. Now we cracked the highs. We just got to keep cracking these highs, cracking these lows, legging up. And then ultimately where we're going to come up to is this range right here from 111.2 to about 111.9. Okay. That's kind of our targets right now is 111.2s, 111.9. Yeah, so if you would have put a trailing stop loss on it, you actually would have gotten stopped out early. That's why I like trailing stop losses, but I personally manually trail my stop loss, right? And there's a reason for that, because unless you set your trailing stop loss like super loose, like, oh, we need a 2% move before my stop loss, you're gonna get like on the 1 minute chart, dude, you're gonna get chopped up and you're gonna get wicked out. Okay. Damn, I wish I would have added right here. Okay, so let's go back to the overarching Bitcoin analysis, right? I can't believe there's only 9 people on this stream. My streams were having like so many people on them, dude. So what did I do to the YouTube algorithm within the past 2 days to be treated with such disrespect? And the Twitter algorithm, for that matter. Go to all my Twitter posts from earlier this week, dude. There was a lot more. Yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about, Paul. He says, I'll take that trade all day. This is what we teach. Exactly what I just showed you guys. And if you didn't see it, go back, rewind the track, and get back to it. This is exactly what I teach inside of Nordic Alpha, right? And that's how we made $1,000 overnight. That's how we're up 300 and some odd dollars. I don't know. Let me see. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this, but we'll try it. What's that? Little 350? 350? I can't see shit. Yeah, 350, right? No big deal. But the whole point of this is once we break structure up here to the upside, now that we're getting above here and we're testing VWAP again, dude, if we can get above VWAP, like we can come up here to 112, right? We can get up here to 112. And even on the 1 minute chart, like we can show you, like VWAP is right above us, right here, right? So you take out this high right here and you're breaking structure to the upside and you take out VWAP at 110.750, we're $350 away from that. I'll take that all day, right? I'll take that all day. And so that's kind of where I'm going with it, right? So, you know, and then once you kind of start coming up here and taking out these highs, I know I'm not screen sharing, but now I am, right? You can start drawing more trend lines, right? So like right here, this is going to be a resistance as it sits right now, right? Let's see what RSI is doing. Yep, RSI is way, way, way high. You've got a textbook bearish divergence right there. This might be a good place to, if I would have bought down here, I would be taking that off of the table right here because I would be up $350. I would take it off the table right here and then just wait to come back down and retest right here at 270 and then just get that position right back, right? Unfortunately, I didn't get to do that because I was explaining to you guys how that trade went last night and how we made $1,000 off of it and kind of the methodology behind it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, in any case, that's just what it is. But this trade that I'm in right now, if it does go to full TP, I will make about $1,600. So that'd be a good day at the office. Okay, let's see if we close this candle. This will be whatever it's called. This will now be support if we can close candle above this, right? We really just need to push up here. 110.6, and it's like, it's smooth sailing from there, right? And I did that way too preemptively, and now Bitcoin is punishing me for that. So let's leave this as resistance until we get proven otherwise. Okay, so we're just going to come back here to the chart. Does anybody have anything that they want me to look at? Does anybody have any altcoins that they want me to look at? I have a little bit of time. I'll be more than happy to look at a couple of altcoins. We'll do ETH first. Bang, Picasso in real time, baby. We're just painting the charts, man. Painting the charts, baby. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Pull out the sword. Yeah, we paint with the sword. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to like up weapons on people multiple times in the stream, but you know, it is what it is. They're cool. They're fun to have, right? Now we gotta extend this out though, because we're getting places now. So I mean, really, I mean, you can leave this on your chart. Like, you should never come back and revisit this though, right? You should never come back and revisit this now. Now that we're here, okay? You should never come back and revisit this. This would be bad news. And if you did, you would want to see a bounce point here at about 110.2, right? Which would then be bouncing and setting a higher low, right? Which would be great. Hedging a Bitcoin 2x short here, 3x long. If you go, oh, dude, you're whipping out your schlong on a Friday, bro? A short and a long at the same time? I love it. I love it, dude. I love to whip my schlong out. I talk about it all the time, man. A short and a long at the same time is called a straddle. Technically, what you're doing is a straddle that's weighted more heavily towards the long side, right? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Good strategy, man. Yeah, just hedge your bets, man. Hedge your bets. Friday changed everything. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So let's see what's going to happen here with ETH, right? So as it sits right now, let's see what we got. Dude, we are so far out on this range. We are so friggin' far out on this range on the daily chart, of course. Look how far we are from the point of control. Really, we just need to bust back above 41.63. That's what ETH needs to do. As it sits right now, I mean, you do have a nice little uptrend right here. Like, you do have a nice little uptrend, but the one thing I will say is you also have this. So you're squeezing right now. You are in an absolute bear pennant, okay? As you can see, right? That is a bear pennant, okay? And if you don't know what a bear pennant is, get inside of the blueprint or the foundation, or get inside of Nordic Alpha where I talk about all this stuff. It's $29 a month. If you can't spend $1 a day on your trading education or just being able to trade, dude, I have no idea what to tell you. Man, yep, this thing, like I said, man, as soon as I try to change something, it rug pulls me, right? So anyways, this is what I'm seeing on ETH right now. Now, you do have a nice little uptrend. We will give you that. You do have a nice little uptrend right here. Okay? So, in my opinion, so long as you stay above about 37.50 right now, everything's bullish for ETH. Okay? Everything is bullish for ETH. You have more upside pressure than you have downside pressure, right? Because this would be kind of like your downward pressure right here. So, I mean, that's good news for ETH as it sits right now. Is this is your upside. If you break above 46.21, like, it's kind of like you're taking the gloves off and you're ready to go to war, right? It's ready to go, baby. Actually, let's leave that on here. I like that. I like that. Let's check out XRP. I mean, dude, XRP, this is what we were talking about yesterday. Like, we're just bang-bonging on this friggin', whatever it's called, the point of control right here. Like, this is tough, man. This is tough. And what you're seeing actually is not super bullish, right? What you're seeing right here is called a descending triangle, right? That's not awesome because your downside target on that is this. $2, right? So if you break below this level right here, $2.31, like, you really need to bust above here and claim this 200 moving average at $2.60. Yeah. Give me a recommendation, bro. Throw me something. Throw me something. I don't need to take high risk shit. I'm in a 50x leveraged long on Bitcoin right now. I took $1,000 and made $2,000 in it in one day trading Bitcoin. I don't need to trade high risk stuff. Bitcoin's high risk enough. We've made what is it? Let me see. I'll show you. I'll show you on, tell me if you know people that do this, right? I'm telling you, you don't need to get into high risk stuff, bro. You do not need to get into high risk stuff. A lot of people want to, and they're like, oh, 70 billion X leverage. In a year, you would have made 120% profit and loss on just trading gold with me. Gold by itself. If you would have just traded with me for the past year, gold, silver, and just like 5 Bitcoin trades, you would have made 231%. We don't need high risk stuff. We'll look at Toshi though, just to appease you. Appease. All right, let's see. Yeah, baby, get up above it. Get up above it. Give it the push. RSI is going to come down. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel, back at it again. Back at it again with the white vans, man. spicy, man. We need to stay above this line on RSI. This is on the 1 minute chart though. This is degen stuff. You need to know how to trade if you're on the 1 minute chart. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not telling you to get on the 1 minute chart. I'm back testing right now. I'm forward live back testing, right? Yo, I know how to use high leverage with cross and a stop loss. Do not use cross ever. Use isolated, bro. Like cross, ooh, you're playing with fire there, bro. I don't use cross at all. I will never use cross because here's the thing. Do you remember the Trump dump, the Trumpity dumpity that just happened? So all of the exchanges basically like stopped letting people. They stopped letting people trade and like their servers were overloaded. So you couldn't get out of your positions and your stop losses weren't getting hit, right? And so if you're in a cross position and you get a liquidation event like that, it'll run you all the way down. You know what I'm saying? It'll run you all the way down. I've seen it happen. It is so crazy. You bought gold bars at 1700. Nice. You got a better price than me. I bought it at 1850. 1850 was where I bought my gold at. Absolutely insane trade though. Absolutely insane trade. I mean, we're up. We get to 5,400. We're up 3x. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, so XRP, you got to stay above $2.30. Ooh, my main man, Gilbert in the house. Gilbert's in the house. Dude, this guy, he's in the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room as well. Paul Grazzi, I hope you get in there, man. I hope to see you in there. We'll check it out, man. Check it out. Let me go to the weekly chart on BTC, baby, now that we've gotten XRP out the way. I agree, bro. I agree. I think I'm not going to get into my actual prediction for gold because people say like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist and blah, 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 blah. So I just leave that off of the internet, but I've got my own bias on where I think gold's actually going to go, right? Okay, so what are you looking at, Gilbert, here? Is there a BTC bull flag on the weekly? I don't see a bull flag. I do not see a bull flag. This would have been a bull flag, potentially, right? It's not structured enough for me to want to say this is a bull flag, right? This was definitely a bull flag. Gilbert, send me one of your crazy charts, bro. No, I'm just playing. Don't send me your crazy chart. Drop it in the chat in Nordic Alpha. Perfect, 75%. Bang, 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 bang. Absolutely perfect on the bull flag, right? Now, is this a bull flag? No, I don't think it's a bull flag. Why do I not think it's a bull flag? Because if there was a bull flag, it was right here. This was it. Right? And then this was your target on the breakout right here. You got about 50% of the measured move. So let me see what you're saying. Looks ugly. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a bull flag, man. I would just say you're in an uptrend. Like here, where's my uptrend? This is the good news for everybody, right? I don't have it on this chart, so we'll just draw it really quick. This is your like uptrend from like 2023, man. That's what it comes down to, really. This right here. And this is on Coinbase. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, so this is a dog turd chart. But whatever. You stay above $95,000, you're super bullish on Bitcoin right now. Good. All right, cool. So you know what time it is. Yeah. All right. I got you. I'm smelling what you're stepping in, man. I know what your strategy is. Paul Grazzi. Literally, you're living life on the edge, my friend. And I like it. I'm here for it. I'm here with you, bro. I'm on the 1 minute chart right now. Dude, I was on the friggin' 5 second chart earlier, dude. That thing, you want to talk about a acid trip, go down to the 5 second chart, smoke some meth down there watching all that. Crazy stuff. Yeah. Toshi. Woo. Okay, let's go to the daily on Toshi. Yeah, I mean, we already had the fib drawn, right? That's fine. You got, dude, I mean, this is nasty. Yeah, here's your fib. You got the full retracement, bang. Got the full retracement, bang, down to the 0.618, bang, man. I mean, this thing, yeah. What I would say here is I would be looking at this, okay? I'd be looking at this ultimate low to the ultimate high and seeing if we're going to get a 0.618 retrace. Yeah, I mean, right now, you're right in the middle. You're at the 0.5. You're fiddling in the middle. I don't mess around with this. This is the 0.5 right here. I don't like this. I would like to be up here shorting, or I would be like to be down here longing, right? I like these two zones right here. And this is kind of like some proprietary stuff that John and I were talking about, but like, don't fiddle in the middle. This is the middle, right? Your best moves are always down here. You come down here, boom, you blast up, boom. You never were in any drawdown down here. You just blasted up, got into the ultimate zone, and then just absolutely crushed it, right? Then you got back up here. What'd you do? Came right back down, right? You got down here, right? So fiddling in the middle is a really good way to get you stopped out, right? And just depends on if you're going spot or you're going whatever. Ooh, spicy, man. Ooh, setting bots on Toshi. Legend, legend. I'll drink to that. Drink some espresso. Why is Bitcoin being so boring right now? It was like super not boring earlier, and then now it's just boring. Like, oh. Can we get an ad? Can we get an ad at this line? Yes, we can. That's an ad. Bang! Tag the line. Let's see if it holds up. Probably won't now that I added. Makes sense. Makes sense. Here we go. And then we can blick up. Draw a nice little support right there, right? And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Bang, right? So, I mean, I know this is starting to look crazy, but that's why you make it green and red. That way you can see it, but, you know, whatever. I don't like this support. So we'll see what happens here. This is your ultimate support. And then you're coming right down here to this ultimate support around 110. But this is where you should be, if you think about it. This is where you should be probably catching a bounce. Right here around the, I don't know, 110.2 range, which is where you get into extreme discount of this little micro range, right? And you're starting to get down here to the 0.618. I guarantee you, let me see. I bet you that's the 0.618. 0.618, right? So you'd like to see a 0.618 to 0.786 retrace and then a subsequent next move up. Okay, that's what I'm looking to see if I'm doing this on Bitcoin right now, which is exactly what I'm doing. John, I texted you and told you, hopefully he's watching the stream. I don't think he is. I texted him and told him the door was open. Hold on one second. Door's open. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. See what we got. Toshi, don't fiddle in the middle. What is going on here? What is going on here? All right, we got to get to Solana, man. I don't like Toshi, to be honest with you. I think it's a stupid coin. I'm just going to be honest. I don't like to do a lot of the meme coins and stuff. I don't see any reason when you can make 200% in a day on Bitcoin, man. Like, why? Why would you trade altcoins? Not altcoins. Why would you trade small cap coins that could get you absolutely liquidated really quickly if you don't know what you're doing? And I know what I'm doing, and I still don't like to trade it, right? So yeah, I mean, Solana, we're still here, man. Like, we're riding this 200 moving average up. If we get under this level and the 200, this is where you start shorting, and you bring it down to about 130. Okay, let me see. Is John here? Sweet. Oh, wait, hold on one second. Give me 1 second. I gotta see who this was. figured that was you. What? Oh, it was FedEx, bro. I knew it. I knew it was FedEx. I know, dude. They always do this to me. And now I can't get that until Monday. I'm on the stream right now. I've got, if you want to get on with me, I've got a second mic for you. All right, we're back. We're back. FedEx, man. It was the FedEx guy, man. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? He probably freaking out because I was out here whipping out samurai swords. So in any case, we've got 0.5 retrace right here on Solana, right? We've got our rising wedge. That thing broke down. It hit the full target. So, I mean, in my opinion, you delete this rising wedge, okay? You delete the rising wedge. This is going to be your next serious level of resistance is right around here. I mean, 0.618 retrace. I'd like to see get up to 220, 218, 220, something like that. And, you know, we'll see what happens. Look at this nice little bounce on Bitcoin. So, I mean, Solana's doing whatever Solana's doing. I'm not messing with this right here. I don't like this range right here. I would like to see a long down here or a short up here or reclaiming something that actually makes sense. Because as it sits right now, like you're right in the middle of this big ass range from this all-time high down to the ultimate low. And I'm not trying to trade that, right? I'm looking for high probability, high dollar setups that can kind of really, really push me into a high risk to reward trade, right? High risk to reward trade. Now, what you do have to take into account, and you know, this is, you know, some people talk about this, some people don't. 200 moving averages right here. You're just bang, 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 banging on it like it's something to do. I mean, you know, the more you bang on a level, I say this all the time. You can go ahead. More you bang on a level is the more likely that thing is to break down, man. It is the more likely that thing is to break down. I don't care what anybody says. You go and kick a door, right? It's only got so many nails in it. You're going to degrade the strength of that door's frame the more that you bang on it. That is exactly what this is. You're kicking this door down. Eventually, this door is going to bust open, right? Brian Armstrong's cat Coinbase. Oh, Toshi. All right, let's look at Avalanche real quick. I feel like I have to look at Avalanche. Wolfer is heavy into Avalanche right now. Yeah, I mean, dude, Avalanche is still looking horrible. But it's not looking horrible until you get under 15, call it 1550, right? So you're looking for a monster long down here at about 1560-ish. And you're probably trying to ride it up to these highs, right? Which was $35. I mean, this is a friggin' 15x risk to reward trade. You've still got these trades. I mean, on the daily chart, these swing trades, these take a while to play out. So you might not see this happen for a while, right? We'll see what happens. But does anybody have anything else? I'm looking like we got a hella comments in here. But I'm trying to see if there's any, whatever. Bro, I do this thing called office hours once a month where everybody hops on. Obviously, it's a paid group though. But yeah, we can do that. We're thinking about doing a live day trading room as well. They actually do that over at Verified Investing, and a lot of people tune in. But obviously, it's a very expensive room. It's a very high risk, and it's high energy, and it's a very stressful thing to do. So you got to watch out. Okay, now I want to talk about gold and silver and the S&P really quick, and then I'm getting off of here, right? So we have gotten like, I like that we're setting a high or low here, but I don't like that we're setting a lower high, right? Because now we're just getting squeezed in between this high and this low. So until you take one of these things out, it doesn't matter, man. All of this is just chop where you got to drop down to lower time frames and you got to see what the market structure looks like down there. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? So as it sits, I would like to see gold get back above $4,200. That's my ultimate target for gold right now. It has to stay above $4,007, which is the 2.618 trend-based Fibonacci and a key psychological level. I would like to see it actually stay above about $4,040 and then bounce up here, crack that $4,200 level, right, with some candle closes. I need to see some candle closes up here, get a nice retrace back down to these prior swing highs, and then start moving and legging its way up. That's exactly what we want to see on gold, and that's where we can start thinking about taking these highs back out, right? Because that's a classic, perfect double top. But the one thing you want to worry about with gold is called an MA pattern, right? So if we come back up here and we test this, we could reject and get under this 2.618, which is the 4K level. So just watch that on gold. Secondarily on silver, we do have a nice kind of like rising wedge. We deviated outside of it for a bit, but now we're just kind of just going along that point of control like it's something to do, right? So I'm not giving out any trades on silver right this second. All the trades, you know, everybody in Nordic Alpha already knows all the trades. But this is tough right here. You're right smack dab in the middle of a consolidation range, like, and you're trying to make a move at this point of control. Are you going to move up or are you going to move down? That's what we're seeing on silver right now. And I would like to see it move up because I'm long silver, right? Like not long in a trade, but like I have physical gold and silver that I own, right? I like to trade gold and silver on futures, right? Then we've got the equities markets, man. The S&P is doing whatever the S&P wants to do. And unfortunately, I did have all of my trades, potential trade setups up. So if you want to screenshot that, have at it, because I just gave you free literal sauce from Nordic Alpha. But get into Nordic Alpha, the private VIP trading rooms. First link in the description. Go be like this guy, man. Go be like this guy. All right. And make, where's that? Be like this guy and pay for your membership in literally 2 trades. Pay for 6 months worth of membership in 2 trades. He's going to be, you know, he's not even break even. This dude is in profit. He is in the money right now. And then you can learn how to do stuff like this and make $1,000 sitting on your couch smoking a cigar like I just showed you earlier, right? In the exact same manner that I did, right? Now, the one thing I would like to tell you is that this is your ultimate target right up here. And as much as people don't like to hear that, 69.26, about 7K. If you come up here, you're probably going to get a massive rejection move downwards because let's call it what it is. The economic data is horrible right now. Inflation is not great right now. They are cutting rates right now. Does that sound like a good economy, right? We have trade tensions. We have wars. Just saying. Consumer price index. You need to pay attention to that. The government is shut down. You're not going to see anything from that for a while, but you got to pay attention to that. And the other thing that you got to pay attention to is retail sales and the consumer index, right? The consumer sentiment index, which last month, which was from the University of Michigan, it was a dog turd. Okay. It went down by a lot. You got to watch out for these fundamental factors, man, because like the S&P, it's a risk on asset. If our economy is doing terrible and everything inside of the S&P is priced in US dollars, same thing for crypto, right? Same thing for crypto, right? You got to watch out because then people are going to want to get out and then they're going to move over here. And they're going to be like, man, Drew, can you teach me your 88% win rate on gold? I'm going to say, yeah, I can, but you should have been here 6 months ago, man. We've been trading this thing since November of 2019 live, or not 2019, Jesus Christ, 2024 live, documented. Do whatever you want to do, man. I will see you all in the next video. I appreciate you so much for showing up. Hopefully everybody has a good, what we call in the Wolfer household, hashtag Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families. Go get you a cigar. Everybody that's inside of Nordic Alpha is riding high on gains. My 2 calls to action. 1, if you're here on Twitter, hit the follow button. That way you know everything that's going on when it's going on. 2, if you are here on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell and go subscribe to my other channel that's not shadow banned. Okay, that's in the description. Secondarily, get inside of the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room if you actually want to make money inside of the markets and learn how to make money. There's no guarantee that you're going to make money, right? I totally get that. But if you want it from people that have documented live tracked win rates, you know where to go. I will see you all soon. Peace.